Okay, so personally, it is very natural for me to hear about someone that is both queer and Muslim, um, but it's not natural to hear about it in the public discourse. Um, and it's actually something that I feel is a huge challenge when it comes to opening spaces, both public but also private spaces for queer Muslims, because the narrative, at least in a Norwegian context, is normally filled with a lot of conflict. So it's these two polarized identities, and it becomes even more polarized when in media, because it gets conflict from different spaces, from different groups of the society. And I really honestly think that it's one of the main challenges for young, especially, but also for adult queer Muslims. So I wish that we could normalize the intersections of those identities, and I don't think that the conflict is there in itself. I don't believe that the conflict exists without the power of the societal narratives, and I think that's both goes both for Norway but also other European countries. And I respect and honor the voices of the people in Norway that has come forward and talked about how difficult it is to join these identities. And I believe that it's important for us to listen to their stories. But I also feel it's our responsibility to give voices to people that didn't have that conflict. Even with me, people normally expect that I have this conflict both within me but also within my family. And I've been lucky because I've had more struggles myself before reaching that point, and I've had a really accepting community and family, so I haven't had to struggle with these things. Where other people struggle, of course, both with family and the communities they live in. It's just important to show that it's an individual experience, it's not a collective experience. And I also find it problematic how we, again, this is from a Norwegian context, talking about what it is to be open and what it is to come out of the closet. And I think it's a really Western Norwegian concept. And again, to blame it on the media creates this huge problem, saying that there's no openly gay Muslims, which is not true. A lot of people are open. Some people are even open in the public discourse, but they're talking about environmental issues. They're not talking about their identities as queer or as Muslim. And then you have others that are invisible because it's not a it's not the sensational conflict. And I think we have a huge job there, but I'm very hopeful for the collaboration we're going to do with Maruf and other European queer Muslim networks, and also internationally, to open those spaces.